Hello, in this training video, we're going to go ahead and review your documents. We recently went through and did an overview of all the settings, and now we're specifically going to focus on this Documents button under the Admin tab. So let's start off first under Documents and then General Documents. In here, you'll find all of the documents in the system that are commonly being sent to customers. Most notable, there's two of them. It's the virtual terminal receipt and potentially the quote, if you're using that. At the top, there is an auto message do not send list. We'll get to the automatic messages next, but if you don't want customers receiving that email, you can add them to this do not send list. And just add in email addresses, separate them with a comma and a space, and that'll prevent those customers from receiving any of the automatically generated messages. The receipts are always manually triggered because you need to submit an order in order to send a receipt. And then you have options to not send the receipt anytime that you place an order. So if I click on Virtual Terminal Receipt, this would let us go ahead and edit it. Now what you'll notice here is that there's a lot of bracketed items. We call these merge fields. And really what they do is they copy and paste the info from somewhere else. In the last video, we checked the general config and then company info. So that is where all of this information right here is getting populated from. We get your company address, company city, zip, phone, website, all from that company info section. So that way you don't have to type your phone number 50,000 places. You put it in one place, and then this is how it gets copied over. Same thing with the order information. We wouldn't want to put "Hi, Josh" on the top of the receipt because not all customers are going to be named Josh. So any of these merge fields that start with order are going to pull in specific information from that order. Down below, there are other merge fields to include other documents. So there's the receipt bottom, has a bunch of those reminders. You can customize those and edit it, and then this is what brings it in. You can also have receipt reminders. You can even get to the point where you have specific reminders for specific items. Say they rent a mechanical bull and you want a specific reminder that comes along with that. You can set up a receipt reminder per item that'll automatically attach itself to the receipt. Also note this link here in the middle just to read and sign the contract. You are welcome to edit this or rearrange it if you'd like to. We can help you out with the formatting to some extent. But just make sure if you do make any changes, always test. Make sure that it's looking good, not only in your email inbox on a computer, but also the mobile device. But we have this full editor available for you, very similar to Microsoft Word. You can add in pictures or photos. Of course, you can change the font, the style, all of that stuff. Let me go ahead and go back. So the next one that we want to get into is the contract. And all of the contract content comes from these two documents right here, contract page 1 and contract page 2. They don't need to be split up into multiple pages. You could put it all in contract page 1 if you wanted to, but sometimes it helps just to separate them. And by default, both of these pages are included on your contract. You can switch your contract design. Under documents, there is this contract options down here at the bottom. We do have a few different styles that you can choose from, just depending upon how you want that contract to look at the top. But if I go back to Documents and General Documents and come back to contract page 1 and click on that, here we can see all of the contract information that a customer would agree to when they sign up to rent from us. We do provide you with a basic contract. You are welcome to modify it, but just make sure you are having it approved maybe through an attorney or through a lawyer if you are modifying language or just adding different content, just to make sure that you are covered if it comes to that. And then if we look at contract page 2, same thing here. We do provide you with a basic contract. And then down at the bottom, it'll automatically populate the customer information and the date or time. So those are generally the documents that customers are editing most frequently. You are welcome to look at the rest or change them if you need to, such as the quote or the cancellation that goes out if you cancel an order. But next up, let's go to admin, documents, and then automatic messages. Now, these automatic messages do not send until your website is live. So once your domain is hooked up, these are going to automatically start sending out. So it is something to be aware of what communication is going out to your customers. And all accounts come defaulted with these 5 right here. So there's a rental reminder letter that goes out 4 days before the order begins. The prepay letter goes out 1 day before the order starts. The survey goes out 1 day after the order ends. There's the 1-year reminder letter, which helps you get repeat business. Most often, people are booking for a party. So then a year from now, it's most likely a birthday party. Well, that birthday is going to come up again. So let's remind them that they did business with us, and hopefully we'll get their business again next year. And then the incomplete order recapture. If someone begins an online order, they fill out information and save it, and then close it without completing that order, that is when an incomplete order alert will go out. You can receive text messages for those and emails. And specifically what this does is it'll email the customer. So you could email them a link to finish their order, maybe even a coupon code to entice them to finish it. Same as the other documents, you can click into these and edit them. At the very top, the name is up to you, but most often you're going to modify the days to send and then the send option. And notice that we have several send options. You can do before the order starts, on the actual start date, or after the order starts, maybe a few days into the rental. Same thing with the end. So before it ends, on the actual end date, or a few days after the order ends. There's another option here for customer birth date. If you are collecting that information, we can add that as an order step to your online checkout process. So you can gather it, it'll say saved in the CRM, and then you can email someone before their birthday. And then there's options for before due date and after due date, including we do have payment terms that you can change. Most bounce house businesses operate on COD, which is just cash on demand. Anytime that the order is made, it's due immediately. But you can change your invoicing terms per client if needed, and the system will automatically calculate the due date, and then it could trigger a message for the due date based off of that. We have the exact same editor for the content, and we do use the merge fields like we looked at before. Below this training, we will link a merge fields knowledge base article so you can take a look at that if you would like. And I do also want to show you there's this blue question mark right here next to where it says content. If we click on it, you'll get this pop-up, and this will show you every single merge field in the system. What's really nice is that you can create those custom order options that we talked about, like custom questions. And as soon as you make it, you can then put that information into a document if you would like. So if we asked them for the name of whomever was having a birthday, it might be called birthday option. You could then do option birthday option and include that in the document here. Hey, we noticed that merge field is having a birthday coming up, for example. You can get really creative. We just wanted to go off of the defaults that are sending out. We do find all these are best practices, but some of our customers get really creative with them. You do have other templates that you can make and send out. It is all worth exploring and just different ways to operate your business. Thank you so much for watching. In the next video, we're going to go through how to edit some of your items.